Yo, it's JUC here, and today this is just a video on what I think EA should fix, change about the game, and just what would make the game more enjoyable for people and just better. I'm just gonna go into a rant fight while I'm talking about it, so like you have something to see. So basically, the my first list, and this is my biggest one. I say this all the time. Like I post tweets about it. Every time I'm in a discussion about what can make the game better. I always say bodywork, like buff the bodywork. Like I'll show you in this fight as well, just for an example. Bodywork does no damage at all. It does nothing. Like you could hit the body. Like the only time bodywork actually does something, and if someone pulls your body shot. So like if you throw like a body uppercut and they pull, that's the only. So the only way you could like really do effective body damage is if someone makes a mistake. But if you're fighting someone good, and they don't really make mistakes, then it's really hard to work the body. And you could, I know like I'm not the one to talk about this, but like people can just pressure without any punishment. So that's basically what I do. I just pressure people, and because counters do no damage, body work does no damage. It's like basically just pressures the meta. So I think once body work gets increased, like buffed, so it's good. I think a lot of players who were good will won't be as good if that makes sense. Same with counter damage. That's the second one. I'm gonna go into that counter damage. So if you don't know what that means, the like just if someone throws a strike and you slip and you hit them, that doesn't like do a lot. So pulls do quite a lot of damage to be fair, like pull back counters, but they're easy to slip out the way off, pull back from their pull, duck under their pull, and yeah, it's self-explanatory. But I'll show you if this guy leaves me open for counters, then I'll show you. So same with bodywork, I'll just show you in this fight as well. So just the two main things I was talking about. And on four as well. Like I really liked four because what's it called? The bodywork. Like people criticize me for like only pressure and then not mixing it up and shit. But on they need to remember on four, all I used to do was hit the body. That's what I did. I was a body hunter. So look, that's doing. Look how much body damage that done when he had. Like that's like barely taking any. See that done quite a lot of damage there to be fair, but that on four that would have done way more if that makes sense. So that was just a little thing that like body damage doesn't do a lot near just counter damage. I'm not really going to be too focused in this fight because I'm talking about someone else. Yeah, counter damage and body damage is my two main things is what I want in the game to fix. And if they fix that, then I think the skill gap will be way better. You won't have, you won't like get beat by like random bums who get lucky because the game's bad. I think if you're winning a fight, if you're winning a fight convincingly with bodywork and counter damage fixed, then I think you will win the fight. Because even if someone does like throw like a big combo to try and catch you off guard and you're losing, you've got that counter damage and that body damage to just be like, right, yeah, you're not throwing that big combo and to use it against them basically. And the third thing is I don't know if I don't know if they could like change it now the game's out, but it's what's it called? Game chat. I think they probably could do that. I don't know what I'm on about. It's game chat. That would be entertaining for everyone. Basically, it'd be good for people to YouTube. Just for a game chat. I'm losing this fight quite badly actually. I'm not really concentrating though. So it'd be better for YouTubers because there's more content. Like you run into a lot of toxic players in game chat, so it's good for content. It's fun. It would make ranked more enjoyable, like just as a whole, and it'd just be a good idea. And I think a lot more people would like, play the game, and it would motivate a lot of people to want to load up the game because like sometimes this game's like unbearable. You're like, yeah, no, I don't want to play it. I think it would help a lot of people want to play the game as well. So that would be like a big thing to change, a really big thing. I think a lot of people. Another really big thing. This is number four. I don't think they'll be able to change this. Cross-platform. So if you're in the community and you're and like you're in servers and stuff like ESFL, Primetime, OFC, GFC, Nugs, there's always been a debate about who's better, Xbox or PlayStation. And obviously me being on both consoles, like I was on Xbox and I switched to PS. So me being on both consoles, I have my opinion, and obviously people on PS don't agree with my opinion. But I put it in perspective, and I don't know if I want to put it in perspective because it's kind of like hating on someone else towards PS side. I don't want to do that. But so it's like the best player on Xbox is someone called Fadinator. You might know him. And I'd say, in my opinion, I don't really think there is a best player on PS because nobody's really like quite good at like everything, if that makes sense. So like someone's like for example, like if it's hard to explain. So like on Xbox, Fadinator, he's good at everything. He can grapple, so it's not like you can take him down and just dominate him on the ground. He can grapple. He can strike really well. He can work a body really well. He can counter really well. He can leg kick really well. He can do everything really well. But on PS, like the best players can't do that. So it's like they'll always have like a flick, if that makes sense. Um, so I'll give a top three on the who I think the best players are. Now I'll give it a top five actually. So I think it's someone called Hit MMA. I think he's one of the best. I think Naz is one of the best probably here. Cloud, he's probably one of the best. Then Smudger, then I'd say me. That's my honest analysis of it. I'm gonna get subbed. So yeah, I think that's the top five. And so basically, me and Fad, I'm gonna be honest, me and Fad's record is like 60 to 2 or something. So that's like our record, right? He's 60 to 2 on me. And I just got sold. So he's 60 to 2 on me. I think that's a record. Nah, I think I have a bit more. I think I maybe have 3 or 4 wins and he has about 60, something like that. And the people on PS, our records are like what's it called? Like if, for example, see if me and Smudger had this like a set like a best of five, it'd be he wins, I win, he wins, I win, he wins, I win. So I'd get more wins in a best of five against Smudger than I would in 70 fights against Fad. And if me and Naz had a set, it would go back and forward, back and forward, back and forward. So I would get more wins in a set with Naz than I would with Fad in 60 fights. Like that's if you understand what I mean. So um yeah, it's like that's what where I try and bring the levels into it. And I have this argument with someone called Mikey O'Riordan. Probably know him. He's on the leaderboards now. I'll show you. Um, he has like a weird style, and his argument is that he has a weird style, so he would beat Fad because he wouldn't be expecting it. And I said to Mikey, I beat Mikey a lot. He's beat me a lot. I think I'm up on Mikey actually. Um, and so I'm up on Mikey, and Fad's up on me by that much. So that's what I try and say to him. I'm like, look, I've beat you more than you've beat me, and Fad's beat me like 60 more times than I've beat him. So I said to him like, I've got more wins on you in like a best of five than I've got on Fad in like 60 fights. Um, and even the people who have been on both consoles, I'm trying to think of people who have both consoles. There's someone called Josh, aka Josh. He says that obviously because he's on PS, he's gonna be like, oh yeah, PS comes better. But he went to Xbox, right, and he posted this TikTok. It was like, I'm top 30, Xbox comp easy. But like on Xbox, like he knows ranked isn't like hard. On Xbox, ranked isn't really hard at all unless you're fighting people who are like if unless you're fighting the good players who are online at the same time as you. So they done that on purpose, try to like downgrade Xbox comp. But then he had a fight in GFC for the title on Xbox, and The champ was Ali DP10, and Josh got finished in like 40 seconds or something by the Xbox champ. Like 40 seconds, he got finished. So that's just like another example. Also have Jamie. He went over to PS and beat Goat 1099 on PS. Um, Jamie almost beat Romero at the LAN event in Vegas, and that was on a console that Jamie doesn't play. Um, who else is PS? I don't think me. I went over and I played the best player on PS. Well, apparently CV. Oh, I forgot to mention him in the top five. CV's definitely in there. And he wasn't as good as everyone said they was. And yeah, I'm gonna leave like the discussion there because I've been going on about that for ages. So I've covered body damage, counter damage, game chat, cross platform. So yeah, so I'm gonna go into the next thing here. Um, so the next thing that I think would be really good in the game, and I think a lot of people would enjoy it, is unranked. the So for example, see when you're high up on the ranked, right? So this is my account here, manhandled you. And I think what's it called? When you're high up and you're winning, you're fighting people. If you're not online at the same time as other people in the top 10, I'm EU server, so I'll show you here. If I'm if I'm not online at the same time as Dominator and Mikey and Kama and Naz and Ron and like Hit and Xerox and Terry again and Hit and Chemix and Smudger and all that. If I'm not on at the same time as them, I'll be fighting like Squallow down here. I'll be fighting people. I'll just name a few people that I play regularly down here. So Gangsta MMA, he'll give me no points. Kumar Twitch, he'll give me like 5 points, maybe 10 points if I'm all the way up there. Rougher, he'll give me no points. Reverse Specs, he'll give me no points. Kian, he'll give me no points. This guy I match all the time, he gives me no points, he gives me no points. Moonjax, he gives me no points. And yeah, it's just so basically my point is that I think when you win a fight, you should get a minimum of 10 points, no matter like who you beat. I think that's fair. 10, actually no, that's too far. Like 5, 10 points minimum. Because if you like go on a win streak, right, and you're fighting people, and you lose like to someone who isn't like either right next to you in the leaderboards or in the top 10, you lose like 60 points. So you could win like see yesterday for example, right? I was number one. I was number one on the leaderboards, right? And now I'm all the way down here because I was on a 20 fight win streak, I think, 20 wins in a row, and I think for that 20 wins in a row, I got like 60 points for 20 fights. 20 fights in a row, I got 60 points. Then I lost. Just I wasn't even like it wasn't better than me or anything. I just made a mistake and I got countered and dropped and I lost and I went all the way down to here. 20 fight win streak gone. 60 points down the drain. I just fought 20 times for because someone got a lucky one. And yeah, that's my other point as well with the body damage and the counter damage. If they fix that, then that wouldn't have happened because I'd either be hitting his body to the point where his stand would be too low, or I'd counter what he's doing and it would do a lot more damage and impact him more, so he backs up. And yeah, it's just like stupid things like that. It just makes people. It's like little things like that that EA don't think are big. It just really makes people not want to play the game. Yeah, so I'm gonna go into the next one. The next one is that I think would be good for the game. It's like be able to pick, like in UFC 3, be able to pick your weight classes. Because I think most people, actually, I don't think enough people play the game to do that. Because if you're like if you're like picking your weight classes and you're not picking the same weight as like other players high in the leaderboards when you're high up, then you gain no points and won't find matches. But it'd still be like a good option to do. I think most people would pick like featherweight or lightweight. Um, yeah, and bantamweight, stuff like that. I'd probably pick featherweight or welterweight. That's another good option. The next one is it's a big thing. Um, it's it's on the ground. It's weird. It's because when you take someone down, it's like see when you're in full guard, I mean half guard, and you're both hitting each other just so you can get the most GA, most GA, most GA, most GA. If someone randomly just goes for full guard, that's really hard to deny. That's like really hard to deny. If you're hitting like as fast as you can, you're both hitting each other as fast as you can, fast as you can, fast as you can, try to race for GA, and someone randomly goes for that full guard while you're focusing on hitting. That's you have to have really fast reactions to do that. Sometimes even like not pre-deny, but like only focus on that position, then someone can go like back sitting or something and like take your back. Obviously, that's where the skill comes in, but like add something to like make that like less of a 50-50 and like more of a whoever has the most skill gets it, if that makes sense. That's just my opinion. Obviously, that's where the skill comes in, like reacting and stuff. And but I just think that would be a good option, just purely because it's more easier for grapplers. Um, I think grappling's quite good at the moment because everyone pre-denies top mount because it's really overpowered, even though there's mount bubbling, which everyone does on ranked. But side control now, since the stamina patch, you could put them in side control, and if they're not power transitioning outside control, you can deny basically all their transitions and get GA and do damage. But if they're power transitioning, it's draining all their stam. So that's another good thing. And so I think grappling's in a quite good state at the moment. The subs as well. I think subs should be made like a little bit easier to get out, in my opinion. But I don't really get put in subs that much, to be fair. So I don't really mind. Another thing. This is I think there should be. Oh, how do I say this? Like a more, more like so like basically in season one, season like two of the early stages of the game, like for example, see Goat 1099. A lot of you probably know him. People could match him from the EU, but they've done something to the servers where like you can't match Americans anymore. Well, you can match Americans, but it's like yeah, it's like hard to explain. Like if I try to like if see for example, if Goat was streaming right now and I loaded up his stream and tried to match at the same time as him and get in the same game as him, it wouldn't work. It's like impossible to match Goat now. Like after the thing they've done with the servers, um, you match more people from where nearer where you live, and that affects people high in the leaderboards because they normally have low points. So I think they should take that away and how it used to, so people can fight like Goat and stuff, and people can fight high level Americans, or not even Americans, just people who you don't normally fight with good points. Like be able to match like Americans, because a lot of North Americans have good points. Like if I see. So this guy, like, I wouldn't be able to match him. I wouldn't be able to match him. That's Goat. I wouldn't be able to match Nasty. I've matched Rayham before. I wouldn't be able to match any of these guys. Any of them. Just because this the thing they did with the servers. So basically that's all I have to say. I went on a bit of a rant about the Xbox PS debate. um but yeah. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I hope EA, if they do see this, probably won't take this into consideration because it will be good, a good update if they listen to what I said. I think a lot of people would play the game, and yeah, peace.